So who would let me start recording. Who would like to remind us what happened last week?
We ate some humble pie.
There might have been a few crows.
Yeah. And then went and no, that was 2 weeks ago. Or was it last week?
We returned and ate more humble pie.
Yes. We continued to eat humble pie. And had an uncomfortable boat ride.
Humble pie? I don't know what you're talking about.
And then spent a lot of time on the sea floor. Found a cave. And then some I don't remember what these are called, tried to eat us.
Cave fishers.
Yeah.
They kind of look like rock spiders.
Yes, grand fishers.
It always bugged me that for some reason I hear cave fisher and I imagine a fish, not something that fish.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so after successfully warding off this ambush by these cave fishers, um, you all have some time to stop, take a breath,
Put on
gather
actual
your
armor.
thoughts, put on armor. After having traversed this pretty narrow underwater path to get here. So, what would you like to do?
I suppose we should start looking around.
Pert will take a minute to clean the last of the webbing off of him.
Mm-hmm.
How is his dark sense holding up? Is it kind of a revelation to see that even in this absolute darkness, it's still, showing up and stuff? He can kind of figure stuff out even in the darkness?
You tell me.
So I think there's an initial panic when he's too far away from the light, and then a slow but growing confidence as the efforts he's put in over the last year seem to pay off as he can kind of guide himself back over to where the rest of the group have gathered. It's different from last time we were underground.
Yes, now there's more water.
That too. And Pert will give Fire a light pat on the shoulder. Should I go ahead and see what we can figure out before another ambush?
At least I think. You're gonna say
Presumably,
something?
you hear the clanking of Kamal putting his armor on.
Yes.
At least I think that this may be not a trap, more as like normal wildlife question
Yes.
mark. So I don't know if we need to go stealthy or not. What people thinks.
I think we've already been in combat down here. If anything has hurt us, it's already hurt us.
Hmm. Anyone have any other opinion? Noisy it is.
Hmm?
Hmm?
I didn't understand what you said.
Noisy
Noisy
it
it
is.
is.
Hmm.
So, what is this area?
So you swim over to where everybody else is standing. There's like maybe 5 or 10 feet of um where you can kind of walk in the water. It's a pretty steep drop off. Um, but you can walk up onto rock, and there is this little rocky, not really a room, like a natural kind of cubby. Um, you notice that there's like the remains uh, of a couple of barrels, some other bits of driftwood or ship remains, just a couple little bits scattered here or there. You see a couple of fish heads with the spines still attached. Uh, some like mussel shells, crab shells.
So kind of a feeding den of some sort for some creatures.
Presumably
It
the ones we just killed.
Yeah, it definitely looks like something's been discarding the bits that it can't eat in this little area. There's not a ton, but there's definitely a noticeable amount of like shells, some fish heads, probably some fish bones. You might not be able to see them just looking around.
Well,
And these barrels are certainly destroyed, rotted out, whatever. There's nothing in them.
Make an investigation check.
Since you're busy putting on your armor, should I do that?
Yeah. Go for it. I figure Bert would be curious enough to start poking around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's really not enough structural integrity left in these barrels to hold anything, anyways.
So what was inside got out.
The bits.
That was a joke.
Okay, they are pretty rotted. It is not unreasonable to think that they spent a lot of time in the water.
Before eventually, through currents and suction or something poking it along, getting knocked here.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Is there any markings left that are legible?
On the barrels, no.
Okay.
With your 24, you also find a couple of spots that look like, somebody has swept away the debris, that maybe somebody was like sitting here.
There's hints that there were people in this area at least momentarily, perhaps taking a breather after swimming through the tunnels like we did. Probably that salvager that we talked to.
I think this is a good mindset. I feel like more than coming here for fights, we need to come in here for clues. We don't know what we're looking for, so anything can be useful.
Yeah, we're only looking for the thing that he would want or that would stand out as missing.
Is everything in here wall the same?
Sorry, what are you asking?
Like just this area that we're in,
Mhm.
are the walls just all rock, all the same rock?
Make a perception check.
Well, that would require me to have my character sheet open. So hold on a second.
Making a roll in 2023.
Our second roll of 2023.
Well, technically, it's like our 30th because of all of Kawasas.
That was
Those
that
aren't
doesn't
canon.
count. Yeah, the not canon.
um, it seems so. There's nothing that stands out to you as being obviously different. You poke around a little bit. There's no like hidden secret passages that you can find. Nothing like that. This seems to be a very natural kind of formation.
No oozing happening.
No.
Any like pattern of holes that looks like oozing could have come from in the past?
With the 14, you do notice some like scratching and stuff on the walls. But you could reasonably conclude that that came from those creatures that you killed that were walking on the walls.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just gonna pick a random section of the wall and hit it with a hand axe.
Make an attack roll.
Oh, do I not have hand axes anymore? One moment. I have them there.
Maybe I don't know. Suddenly, I
I will.
slap my forehead with my hand. God damn it! I should have commune with nature now.
Oh no, I've missed the wall.
Ting! It just bounces right off.
Okay, so there's no like flesh. That's
No.
good. The walls appear to be rock.
That's good. We're not in the
And
belly
I-
of some giant beast.
Start heading this way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to suggest. It seems like just gesturing that it opens up to the south here. We should probably head that way.
I continue to keep an eye on the walls for any oozing, like where's
Past
described.
like kind of where Camille is, you are back to swimming. It's a very steep drop off here.
We can swim.
So do you all get back in the water?
Splush, splush.
Okay. The ceiling's quite a ways above you. It's like maybe 7 or 8 feet. So if you were walking, it'd be a little tight for some of you. But swimming as you are, it's pretty comfortable.
7 or 8 feet above the water, or 7 or 8 feet above the ground underneath the water?
7 or 8 feet above the water.
Okay.
You can't feel the ground underneath the water, and it's really friggin' dark.
Well,
I think since we've decided to go noisy instead of quiet, Pert will kind of stick to the middle of the group and just try to keep his eye out for any movement.
Okay. Everyone gets back in the water.
Splush, splush.
Zoe,
I mean, Zoe's got a broom technically.
that's true.
Yeah. Is there room to fly above the water?
As long as you're careful. Zoe's
See.
small.
If you're hovering with your feet dangling above the water, maybe.
Yeah.
Ama, come with us.
So Rizwin, as you swim, you indeed see that the path branches off. There is one where um, it kind of rises up out of the water, and you see a more of like a rocky path going one way. And then if you were to go straight, the water continues. Um, Fire is taller, and so he notices it first that it starts to get a little shallower here, and you can, just like with your tippy toes, you can walk
From the in this side of the water?
from like where you are.
Okay,
And it
but
seems to be getting shallower as you go this way.
okay. So we got two directions.
Flip a coin.
I think maybe this way.
I mean, we might as well be systematic, right, Zoe?
So Zoe says the water continues on for at least 150, 120 feet and keeps being water beyond that, though it's very dark.
I think we should maybe take this passageway and see where it leads.
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
Mm-hmm.
It leads to another fork.
Lift and live.
So straight, I guess, since there's no left.
Yeah, I'm alright with that. Do I notice what do I see here?
Um,
It's
with
right
your
on this
perception,
edge of
it
my
seems
vision.
like it's just rocks.
I
Okay.
see a hole here.
That's what I was wondering. Like, are these holes?
The holes are just like erosions in the ground a bit.
I mean, does this cave look man-made or natural? I assume the stairs not, but like the rest.
Yeah, the stairs aren't there so much.
So much as rocks that are there that resemble a pathway.
So if this started as a natural cave, makes sense to be not uneven terrain and have holes and stuff.
I'm
Wait,
assuming I can
I
see
see.
that. Is that a like part of a ship, or is it driftwood, or
From what you can tell, this is just I say driftwood, but probably more like a part of a ship that has been long discarded.
Oh, hold,
Hold.
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 I think this path is not a path. It's just a room. Might as well check it.
You're saying down?
Yeah.
also miss? You're not in roll 20 for some reason.
I
I see
wonder
her.
if we've.
I am.
It is. Oh, I don't know. My brain completely just. I'm sorry. I had a complete like shut down for a second.
Okay, I was going to say I thought we lost her because I sent her a message just to see if she was still with us and I hadn't heard back.
Yeah,
I
this
might
looks-
have been a little distracted. Was you talking to me?
No, I
No,
sent
no,
you
no,
a message on Discord.
I didn't see your token on the screen, and my brain was not registering your character art in the bottom left. So my brain just went, Mist isn't here. Sorry, that was just my brain being stupid.
I did get a little distracted and I don't know where everyone went.
South.
Come around the corner. I'm waiting for you.
So just to check in again, walls still looking more like rock and less like ooze.
Yep. There does seem to be a little like a collapse in that corner.
That part.
Yep.
Again, hole or rocks on top of it.
I originally thought that they were rocks, but I think they're supposed to be holes.
As whatever you want us to tell.
It's a hole. It's a hole. From your position, you cannot see very far down into it.
How about now?
Make a perception check.
actually, rather than that, like, without a perception, can I just see the bottom of the hole at all?
Yeah, it's like 10 feet below.
Okay. Then I will make a perception check instead of
I'm
throwing
helping.
light in it.
I want to help.
Okay. You roll 2 then.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh,
Cool.
Go ahead.
There are there's some kind of weird light looking rocks down there. But that's all you see.
like sparkly?
No, just light,
Pert
like
kind of
light
looks at
shaded.
Rizwind and sees that she's kind of trying to see whether they're sparkly or not, and holds out one end of the rope of climbing.
Yes, I think this hole appears to be made out of hole, everybody.
I'm not completely sure about that. Are we sure it's a hole?
Better check. She holds on to the one end of the rope of climbing and hoop.
Oh crap! No, that's backwards.
Okay, you land 10 feet below. Something crunches under your boot.
What was it? I look.
There's little, like, kind of light-ish shards. They almost look like really thick eggshells.
How much almost?
Yeah, they're pretty thick.
How, if they were in one piece, how large would the egg be?
Make a nature check.
Historically strong for me.
14's not bad. It's the same kind of light shade as those what you thought were rocks before. And you kind of kick one and you realize it's a dead cave fisher.
Okay.
There's a couple of them down here.
And is the hole just the size of the hole, or does it go under stuff somewhere?
It goes under just a little bit.
Okay.
There's really nothing down here except dead rock spiders.
I will shout for people to brace and climb back out.
Pert turns to Kamal and asks for help.
I grab the rope and lean back.
Between Rizwan and Kamal, you can get out, no problem.
That was supposed to be my thing, Rizwan.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were handing it to me.
Yeah, so that way you could hold on to it when I jumped in the hole.
Well, next time you can be hauling us head first into battle and take care of things.
Yeah, definitely confirmed that hole is made out of hole and some cave fishers, but they're dead, so it's fine.
Let's just head back up and right then.
Anything in the rest of this cave, just in case, Jamie?
Not that you can see. It just looks like a little dead end. But as Rizwan is dusting herself off and you start making your way back towards the main path, I would like everyone to make me an intelligence saving throw. Nope, a wisdom saving throw.
Don't like that.
I moved, so rip you guys.
No, everyone has to make it.
No. I'm talking about the aura.
Oh.
Come on.
I rolled a 2. Boo.
Womp womp.
I rolled worse than that. Not +5. I forgot to uncheck.
I don't know what you're all freaking out about. This is easy.
I know, right?
Do I need to roll one for Melis?
Yes. Let me double check. Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Jamie has a sound of, oh god, why so many low numbers?
You rolled a 1 and got the same thing that I did when I rolled a 6.
No, Melis does not need to roll.
Oh.
Okay.
I swear to God, Jamie, if I'm stunned for the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna be pissed.
You are not stunned for the next 10 minutes.
We're gonna be 5 minutes.
Who rolled the lowest?
The
Tie
tie.
between myself, Mist, and Zoe.
Yeah, those three.
Okay. Zoe, as you turn around to like head back, just like out of the corner of your eye on the wall beside you, you see something black. And it just starts to like bulge out of the wall towards you, and you look, and then there's nothing there.
Zoe goes and explores where she thought she saw blackness, including poking at the rock.
You poke at the rock. This rock.
Huh, weird. Stupid dark vision. Why does everything look like shadows?
You know, so we should invent some sort of colorized dark vision.
It's called light fire.
Just to check, so only Zoe saw that, or did all three of us see that?
Only Zoe saw it.
Okay.
That's what happens when you roll a 1.
You all start heading back towards the main path. Emma, you also see something out of the corner of your eye, something dark moving. You look back, kind of ready to draw your bow. There's nothing there. Maybe you're just on edge after what Zoe saw.
I
Or
feel
didn't
like if
see.
we see Amma doing that, at least fire is gonna be combat ready. Like, oh, what happened? What's going on?
So do we get a sense that maybe they're startled or on edge?
I would definitely look confused. Mama probably was like, "Oh, that's just Mills. Wait, Mills is in front of me."
Well,
I guess there are spirits here then.
Spirits? What's
Yeah,
wrong?
like Amma sees thing, and so I guess that there's a spirits.
Well, that's potentially bad. Last time we dealt with spirits was in the Illithid cave, and that didn't go well.
Hey, Chamey,
mm-hmm.
did Pert ever do something officially with the compass?
I thought the stuff evaporated.
Yeah,
Ooze.
yes.
But the compass itself, did we ever say what happened to it?
I mean, there's nothing left in it to work.
Yeah, no, that's
Like,
why I was just gonna if he still had the compass, I'd pull it out. And
yeah,
just be
you
like,
still have this empty crystal ball.
Pert pulls out the crystal platter just out of a moment of spirits. Well, I got nothing. If you think you see more, let us know. We'll try to capture another sample.
Everyone good?
It was just a shadow, guys.
Rizwin continues to keep an eye out for something oozing.
Okay. Now where to?
Just keep going straight, or do you want to go down?
Let's hit the actual fork. Maybe we can see a little bit more.
Pert offers Rizwin a sample vial if she wants one.
Yes, I'll grab
Sorry,
that.
when you say the actual fork, do we go this way or this way?
No, like this place.
Okay, I'll go up and investigate whatever this is.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay. I don't know why I'm doing it, but hey.
In front.
Because if you get bit, you have armor.
So this does seem to be a piece off of a ship. It is very rotted. It looks quite old. Like if you kick it the wrong way, it might just fall into little tiny pieces. But with a 17, you notice that there's some like chew marks on it.
Ooh, someone's been gnawing at this.
How big of
Gnawing?
chew marks?
Yeah, are they like?
Fascinating.
Like Mellis sized.
Or do you want to take a look and see if they're like fangs or mandibles or?
Yeah. Can I do a nature, Chammy?
Sure. Rizwin,
Hello.
while they're exploring this little piece of wood,
I try to
you
grab it.
you
Oh.
walk by this hole to your left,
hmm
and something catches your eye. You look down, and there's black ooze just starting to come up out of the hole towards you, like a slow motion geyser.
Okay. Sample vial. Try to get some. And while I'm doing that, can I evaluate how similar it looks to the stuff we saw before?
Make a dexterity check.
That's an actual skill. Sorry. Perfect.
Is it
You
though?
go to try and grab some, and you miss, and it gets onto your hand instead and starts crawling up your hand.
Cool. Um, I guess it's just noise of surprise. I guess.
We look at Reswin.
You
What
look
do we
at
see?
Rizwin, and she is like trying to brush something off her hand, but you don't see anything.
Okay, there.
What did my conclusion about how similar to previous ooze come to?
It looks fairly similar,
More ooze.
and you look
Oh
down
shit!
at your hand, and there's nothing there.
Hmm.
Hey,
I know that it previously would absorb into our skin, right?
Uh-huh.
yes.
Okay, I'd look down into the hole then, or point down into the hole even. Light.
I come over
Just
and
a hole. It's
cast
just a
like
hole in the rocks.
yeah, I just cast a like cantrip in there for wisdom's sake. But
Okay.
I
Yeah,
mentioned.
you
Go ahead.
try to move it around to like get in all the corners. It's just a hole in the rock.
Didn't all the ooze disappear when we freed the spirit though? Oh, bye, Bard.
Damn it, Bard.
Yeah, I don't know why we would find more ooze.
Can
Yeah.
I roll something to reach a conclusion between is the ooze vanishing back into the rock, or am I seeing things? Because it's
Make a
kind of on
wisdom.
the fence right now.
Make a wisdom check. Um. You're not sure.
How far down in the hole?
The hole's like 3 feet.
I would like to use the pointy end of the warhammer
Mm-hmm.
to try to find like a crack in the rock to make wider, and like see if I can shift some stuff to look further in to see if I see more ooze.
Okay. Um. I guess make an attack roll.
Is it done with a string or just moving rocks?
That's fine. Yeah, you can widen the kind of bottom of this hole a little bit. It's just more rocks. It's pretty sturdy rock, but it does flake away in little chunks, little cracks as you work at it.
I was worried that this is what Faye was talking about.
Well,
But
if
what?
it's
Is it a second brain?
I mean, the likelihood of another illithid colony being infected by a similar spirit.
It's astronomical, but at the same time, maybe it's the natural end of the life cycle of that species.
Maybe the thing is that we didn't completely eradicate it. Maybe we eradicated that brain and there's more around.
Maybe it somehow spread across the water.
Well, I
and
mean,
is separate now.
if we just keep being on guard, we're down here, and if you see something suspicious, point it out to people. If you start feeling weird, because we know what that black ooze used to do, call it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, how
do
you
still have the
feeling?
light? Do you still have the light cantrip up, Cathanid?
I would assume so. Like it lasts for what, 10 minutes?
Okay.
And it's a cantrip. It's dark down here. I assume you just
Yeah.
re-up it.
How are you feeling, Rizwan? Are you angrier?
A little more reckless? Should last an hour.
She answers appropriately. I, as the player, don't know what the answer would be there.
I don't know. How do you feel? On edge?
I think right now she's feeling justified. Like, we're going in the right direction. This is what I thought would be here.
Yeah.
But
based on the description we got.
For clarity's sake, Jamie, previously when the ooze affected us, we sort of feel like we were losing control.
You just felt less. Yeah, I guess you could say that you were losing control. Like, you've less control over your emotions.
We functionally lost a point of wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I am assuming that I am not feeling like
That's
I did
correct.
before.
Camille.
Yeah.
One of the sort of shadows made by this light cantrip of yours, just kind of like cast by a rock that juts out a little bit. You see out of the corner of your vision it start to grow and get tall and like start to wrap around on top of the ceiling. Almost like a big arm stretching up and out. And just kind of on instinct, you move that light a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
I think he blinks, pinches his eyes, and shakes his head. After being a little startled at first.
Did you see it too?
I saw something like a shadow growing and moving and almost like an arm.
Hey, Jamie, can you remind me of something?
Yeah.
So when we were fighting the black ooze before, Zoe would would definitely have cast detect magic at some point. Did anything show up in that?
Yes.
Okay, so Zoe will cast detect magic, but Katana is still going.
No, that's what he described. Like the shadows were moving and growing. Almost like, Jamie, almost like an Alcalara.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, similar to what I saw in Alcalara.
And I'm assuming Pert's just seen / noticed / heard none of this, right, Jamie?
That's correct. Are you ritual casting detect magic, Zoe?
Yeah, no.
No? Okay.
Do we want to sit here for 10 minutes?
I thought
is
your
that so?
reason. Sorry.
Is that something
I thought Zoe can cast it at will, isn't it?
that's
No.
Estella?
Ah,
Is it something you're vocalizing to the group? Like, is that is that a question you're vocalizing to the group? Do you want to wait while I do this thing, or
I'm gonna cast detect magic. Do we want to wait for it, or should I just do it right now?
I can do it if you want. If you want to save one of your spells, I have more ready spells than you do.
what are we casting detect magic? I missed that part.
I guess outside of game, just because Zoe detected magic previously, it's probably better for her to do it. Inside game, Rizwin is evaluating a thing that we'll get to once we're done with this.
I mean, she shared that information with the group before, so any one of us with detect magic would kind of know what to look for. And I think even Kamel's seen it before, like seen like the ancient magic stuff before, so he would know what to look for. It's up to you, Ty. I really don't care one way or the other. It costs me a level 1 spell slot. It costs you a level 5 spell slot of 3 that you have.
And a half.
And a half.
I think Zoe would cast it herself. Like, she wants to cast it herself. So the options are ritual cast or.
I will let you decide that.
If nobody says anything, she's gonna feel like she's holding the group up and just cast it with a spell slot.
I mean, Pert's probably going to offer smelling salts to Kamal and Rizwan just to see if that helps shake them of whatever fatigue seems to be causing them to see these spirits or shadows or something. Because
I would say, like, my instinct is probably 10 minutes might not be a good idea.
Yeah, if there's,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're all on edge.
It's a spell slot then, Jamie. So
Okay, you cast detect magic, and there is indeed magic here. It's just all around you. It permeates the air, the ground, the walls. Make an Arcana check for me. Okay.
Nibbles, take your dice back.
No, I don't want them.
You
This
do
is
get to know what type it is,
something.
right?
Yes, this is something akin to an enchantment school of magic. It is not the same type of magic as the spirits.
This is for me. And it's all over the place. Like everything's covered in it.
Yes.
Is it on any of us?
Yes. All of you, except for Malus.
We've all been infected with something.
Oh no.
Huh?
Do you know?
We all have magic on us that is not normally there. Except for our lovely kitty.
Kitty. Then let me try this, and I go to Ama and cast the spell magic.
What level spell slot are you using?
3rd.
Can you put Dispel Magic in the chat, please?
Yeah.
So the problem is this is not like a spell with a spell level, it's an effect.
Yeah, if it's a magical effect,
It just
it,
ends.
it wouldn't help.
Well,
Oh,
if it's
it
a
doesn't
magical effect, you'd be affecting you would be trying to dispel the effect that is affecting everyone, right?
I choose a creature, so any spell of third, although when the target ends.
Does Zoe like see it try to start pushing away and then it just engulfs?
I think so. Yeah, I think for this to work, you would have to try and dispel the effect at its source.
So maybe he like sees it leave Amma and then shortly thereafter come back, or well, I guess Zoe would see that, not Fire.
Yeah.
I say it worked.
It didn't work.
God damn it.
Okay. We know something's affecting us. Some of us have been seeing things. Let's.
We've been seeing different things.
Yeah, so something's playing with our senses.
Pert, you hear something scrabbling across the rocks somewhere to your left.
Zoe, to your left, is there anything?
Pert's left is up here, or Pert's left is over here?
Over here.
I don't know.
Where are you facing, Pert?
Well, I had been looking at the wood, and then I was offering smelling salts to Kamale.
So that would be your left, I guess.
Or left here.
Pick one.
When Pert says look to the left, Zoe looks to the right. She gets her directions mixed up.
Okay.
So, okay,
Her
hold on.
eyes are better than mine.
Hold on, people. I feel like we could get lost here. Literally chasing ghosts. Let's not rush into emotions, okay? If anyone sees or hears anything, check with a partner if they see the same.
I think that's what Pert was doing.
Ah. Did you hear something, Bert?
Yeah, it's been 12 seconds now, so if there was a rat or something scrambling, Melis won't get lunch. Sorry, Melis.
While the dispel magic thing was going on, Rizwan was evaluating the tunnel for just exactly how uncomfortable it will be if she is not in this shape.
From what you can see, from where, how far down this tunnel can you see? Like right here?
Oh, sorry, I'm not seeing you ping. I'll just hold on. I use the ruler.
Oh, I'm probably on the wrong layer.
I can see this and this.
Okay.
And this.
Yeah. So, like, up ahead, like up here, it looks fine. Like, you can probably squeeze through this little opening. But it does look like it gets a little narrower, like, map south.
Okay. Rizwan feels just a little claustrophobic in the back of her head.
Mm-hmm.
So, rewinding, like, a bunch, actually. The scratching on the wood.
Oh, yes. There are some pretty deep teeth marks in the wood, like very a lot of very pointed teeth.
Any kind of species guess based on Pert's exposure to nature?
It's pretty tough to tell just from looking at some bite marks on the wood, but you would guess it's a predator of some sort.
So it's not obvious like grizzly bear versus tiger on tree scratchings?
No.
Okay. I went to that example specifically because grizzly bears scratch one way and have a claw with a wider shape, and tigers scratch a different way. So that's why I was like, That's a good example, just to see if it would be quick. Anyways, alrighty. And does it look like those are newer, or does it look like they were there ages ago?
They look older. You think?
The predator that damaged the wood probably wasn't recent. It might have happened before the boat went down.
Maybe it's what he got it down.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. That's probably not our concern. Whatever's creeping around in the back of our minds is probably our biggest threat right now. Rizwin, do you think we should continue in that direction?
She wants to go this way, not this way.
That makes sense.
Pert will back her up, preferably behind her.
Looks like maybe another hole or some water to the right, and some skeletons to the left.
I will say, let's be systemic as per se and go always left.
Left it is.
Yep.
I would like to get to like right here and do an evaluation for danger. Anything moving, anything with teeth or eyes.
Okay. Make a perception check. Okay. From where you are, you don't notice anything moving. There do indeed look to be some bones. You see a humanoidish skull, sitting on the ground. Rizwin. Actually, hang on. Where do you keep your gems?
On the belt pouch.
On the belt pouch. Do you still have Detect Magic up, Zoe?
If it hasn't been more than 10 minutes, yeah.
Okay. And it's 30 feet?
Let me double check.
I believe that's correct.
Yep,
feet.
30 feet. That was
So
not
you
supposed to
do.
be.
That's okay. You do get a little bit of warning. You sense something magical under the ground. Oh, please hold. There we go.
So
Rizwin does a. Oh.
I was just gonna say
15.
that
Mhm.
1 foot of stone or 3 feet of dirt does block it.
Okay, so you get a very small amount of warning. Does a 20 hit?
Sure does.
It doesn't immediately do any damage to you, or it does half damage.
Okay.
And
So 12.
in its mouth, grabs onto the belt pouch and starts to and backs away, snapping presumably whatever non-magical cord it was on. The it in question looks like a big bundle of pebbles that has been shaped into some legs, some arms, and a big mouth.
Hey, me. This is a very good card.
What's a very good card?
A Sorn.
Oh, from the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms set.
Yeah.
Well,
Where the frig is the initiative tracker?
before we get into combat, may I request a 5-minute?
Sure, everybody roll your initiative and take a pee break.
But what if I don't want to be? You're not my real dad.
My initiative. Whoop-de-doo! A 2!
Oh yeah, now I get the nat 20. Oh wait, that was Camille.
That was me. Yep.
This song is from a Sonic game.
No, it's Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy? Yeah.
Final Fantasy 13, I think.
I played 13. That's why I know that then. Sounds like a Sonic game.
Now I'm trying to create butt rock lyrics to the song.
Doesn't need it.
No, but all the Sonic games have butt rock lyrics.
Yeah, Final 13. Oh my god. My youth.
I keep thinking it's pretty comfortable in the house, and then I go and do something silly like go to the bathroom and take my house coat off, and I realize that no. I'm just comfortable in my room with my house coat on.
House coat.
This goes like a bathrobe.
Yeah, kind of a hip length bathrobe in my case.
Very hip. In with the kids.
I'd prefer knee length personally, but I guess hip's okay.
Ugh, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did anybody happen to watch that Linus Tech Tips with them adding power to a van?
I haven't
The
watched it yet.
the one like 8 months ago, or the one yesterday?
I don't think it was the recent one, so yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, I didn't watch the new one yet. Just keep getting bogged down.
I'm looking at what the unit they used and it would cost, and it was like $9,000.
Youch.
I want one.
Oh, 100%.
Actually, I want the $18,000 one, but that's not happening. So.
Is everybody back?
Yee.
I've heard everybody but our lovely kitty girl.
I was gonna say, I haven't heard Cathanid, have you?
Uh-huh.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, I need to get my math sheet out. Math sheet. Where's my pencil? Oh my god. I just opened a new pack of pencils and I already can't fucking find any.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, we can't come over and help you find stuff in your room because we're not allowed, because there's something on the wall we can't see.
I mean, you can see it now.
Well, on the other
Okay.
wall.
Just not allowed to see what's on my computer.
Need to do a heist.
Okay, Camille, you're up first. You just saw this, like, big, massive rock come shooting up out of the ground and grab something off of Rizwin's belt.
Sure did. It looks threatening.
And it's like, you assume that it took her belt pouch and it's like chewing on it in its mouth. It's weird, like little side eyes staring at you all.
Oh, Rizwan is gonna be furious.
Yeah. Why did that not go off? Do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I start slashing and packing and all that jazz.
That hits. That hits. Okay. That hits. Yep, nope, that's the wrong number.
So anyway, start slashing.
Yep. And that's not my turn.
All right. You managed to get a couple of decent slashes. It just feels like you're cutting through rock.
Mm-hmm. I feel if I didn't have a magical sword, it might be a lot harder to hit this thing.
Uh-huh.
This looks clearly as something made out of rock and not
Yeah, this picture of it looks quite hide-y. Nah, this thing is like rocks.
Almost lobster-like.
My God.
Rockster.
Emma, you're up.
I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark on it. And then gonna try shooting it.
Okay. Uh, 15 does not hit.
I'm gonna try again.
23 hits.
It's funny how you say, I'ma try again, and it works both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that time you managed to find a space in between a couple of the rocks, and your arrow sticks out.
That's it.
Okay. Zoe.
I'm gonna try something weird.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe makes cast the cantrip Minor Illusion on the roof and makes it look like there's a giant gem.
Oh, interesting. Can you put Minor Illusion in the chat, please? Creature uses his action to determine the center image. The creature can determine its solution with a successful. Oh, interesting. Do you mind if I ask for an Arcana check just to see how shiny you make it?
I have this feeling if it's too high, it could drag Rizwan in.
It's not attached to Rizwan. Okay. What color is it?
Red. Red is always the most valuable.
Okay, so there's a big red gem shining from the top of the roof. We will find out if it works on its turn. Rizwan, there's a big red gem shining on the roof above your head.
To inform what Rizwan does on her turn, can you please see the messages I have sent you?
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot.
I will allow it.
Awesome. Follow-up question. This doesn't at all work like this, but for the flavor, would you allow me to use my action surge to begin a transformation if what she tries doesn't work on this turn?
Sure.
Okay. So she is laser focused on her shinies that she lost. She does not see the gem in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she has enough wherewithal to know that trying to rip the pouch out of the thing's mouth is not a good idea because it will like shred.
Mm-hmm.
So she just goes straight murder mode. Instant rage, and all the attacks.
16 misses. 27 hits.
Oh, damn. I forgot to say reckless. Oh well. I will do a disarming attack, right?
Yes. Yeah, if you wanted to get the poach away from it, you'd do a disarming attack.
So please make a strength saving throw DC 17. Hell. I assume it barely looks hurt and has not dropped the pouch.
It has not dropped the pouch. You go to like dig into its flesh with your glaive and like cut upwards to try and fling your pouch out of its mouth. But the hide is so tough you just don't get all the way to its mouth. So you made a bit of a gash in it. It still takes the damage, yeah?
Yeah.
18. Okay.
All right. I expend my action surge, and yeah, things get hazy.
Okay.
Question about temporary hit points: are we back at 11, or if I took 2, do I still have only 9?
We haven't had a rest.
Okay, so I'm still at only 9.
All right. Pert, you see Rizwin get hazy, and you know that that is a sign that she's starting to transform into a dragon.
So before things get too dangerous, Pert vaults over her shoulder into the room. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I still have movement left. Backing up Kamale, essentially, and getting out of her space. And he will just attempt... Huh. How big is her pouch?
It's basically a second coin pouch.
Yeah, so something that he could palm, for example. Jamie?
Sorry?
Rizwin's coin pouch is small enough it's something that Pert could palm?
Probably.
From its
Maybe.
teeth?
If you fail, it's going to have nasty consequences.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Oh.
Well, fuck me.
Is that +2 okay?
That's tireless precision.
I mean, I'll make a check for it.
Absolutely,
I think
but it's
this is more of
hilarious.
this is a perception check. I think I can't even beat you. So this is going to be your action to do this.
Yes.
You kind of suspect that given how tough its outer hide is, it probably doesn't have a lot of feeling on the outside of its body. And so you just like reach around it and grab up with your hand and just lift the pouch off of its teeth.
And then as my interaction, I shove the pouch into Rizwin's hands if she still has them, jaws if she doesn't.
She still has hands currently.
And do I have any valid bonus actions? I'll dodge. defensive stance.
Fire.
So I had a plan, but David solved the thing.
Is the backup plan the comic you have linked in the Discord chat?
I'm gonna roleplay that fire was already focused on this, so comes good. I gonna roll some dices. I'm gonna cast Conjure Woodland Being at 4th level. Jamie will please like 2 CR1's face.
Well, yeah, Woodland Being is
Its
face.
face.
1, 2, 3, 4. Roll 1d5, please.
Okay, I know 4 of them. 2 of them are neutral. 1 is really good, and 1 is horrible.
All right, you get the one that you haven't had yet.
Oh, cool.
So this is a good one. Damn, I wish you'd got the fucking screamers.
Yeah,
I was praying you didn't get the screamers in a confined space.
yeah, I was worried
Again.
about that. Again, yeah. Last time I also got it in a cave. Oh my god.
This is a really good one.
What'd you get?
Oh, bonanza. Alsaids. That don't there. Let me read it. Sorry guys, give me 1 second to read. Because I need to know if I want them in melee or not. I definitely don't want them in melee. I haven't cast a Conjure Spell in a while. I'm so sorry, give me a second. Why did I do this to myself? Oh, cool. Oh, neat. So that's fire action. Not gonna do bonus action. Gonna stay here. One of the Alsaids that they're like, I wanna say in this environment are like elementals made some sort of about gravel or whatever small loose dirt that is around.
Mm-hmm.
It's their turn, right? Jamie?
Yes, after your turn, it is their turn.
Okay. One of them is gonna cast Calm Emotions on the Zorn. Wait, there. It's a humanoid.
This is not a humanoid.
Yeah, well,
It growls and gravel at you and chomps its teeth.
How do they work? Do they do what fire tells them to?
yes, mentally. I command them without having to spend actions to command them.
Functionally familiars or paladin mounts or things like that.
What if they misinterpreted your instruction and cast it on Riswin instead?
I mean, it's in an area, actually. It's a 20-foot radius.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so
So-
Rizwan, make a charisma saving throw.
With wit. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. They're the same.
And Camille, too. You have Camille's
Or
Aura, you were close enough. So it was
19.
19.
sorry, not a range.
Is it 10 feet or 5 feet?
It's 10 feet.
Okay.
And what's the DC? 14? Yeah, you're fine.
I literally could not fail that. I'll point out the Camel is completely calm already. This is work.
Yep. You may continue your transformation if you wish.
Give me 1 second. Why do this to myself and to all of you?
Don't worry, we'll make you DM next game, and we'll all play casters or summoners.
It's not gonna work, but I think the instinct on the Elsates, it's gonna be cast sleep on him. No, wait. No. Yes, but I'm gonna do it in a way. No, I'm not gonna do it in a way. It's also a radius.
Yes, no, yes.
This one is gonna come here and do to the radiant touch.
16 and 11 do not hit.
He looks at me and shrugs. That's my turn.
Okay. It is the big pile of pebbles' turn. And it looks towards Rizwin and the pouch that it just lost. And with the other eye, kind of separately, it looks up at the ceiling of this big red gem. So it does have a thing called treasure sense. So presumably it would be able to tell that the gem in the ceiling is false, but I'm going to make it roll a perception anyways. Or is
Just
it
for
an
distraction.
intelligence? Yeah.
Intelligence.
Yeah, investigation against Zoe's
Okay.
save DC.
Oof.
I'll also point out that treasure chance includes precious metals, and a lot of us are carrying around a lot of platinum.
Yes. It is inundated. It's probably just like so overwhelmed by the amount of treasure here that it doesn't really think. And just starts running up the walls to the ceiling and tries to like chomp onto this giant gem, only for it to fade away.
Does it run up the wall?
Yeah.
Does
It is like holding onto the ceiling now.
It has a
Do we
climb
have-
speed, I think.
Do we have opportunity attacks, or the cave is small enough?
It's when it leaves your threat range or when you leave its threat range.
It
Wait.
leaves ours.
When it leaves ours, yes.
I think Camille and Pert can take one, but Rizwin can't.
I agree.
She has
On
a
my
longer
house
threat
state?
range.
On my
She's
L
also
side?
very occupied.
Yes, the Alcide too. 12 misses. So it is now. Let me see if I can get this
Disadvantage,
Where's
okay, for Camel?
thing to turn it upside
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
down.
advantage.
Whoop! It's now hanging off the ceiling.
Lol.
19 just hits. And its big attack has been spent, but it is still going to swing with its arms towards Rizwin.
Jesus. Okay.
The bite's the big one.
That's what?
Yeah, it makes 3 claw attacks and 1 bite attack.
Yep. It's got 3 claws and a big mouth.
Do temporary hit points stay between different forms?
Yes.
Sure.
Generally, yes.
Okay.
As you are clawed across the back 3 times by this thing trying to get at that pouch that it just stole, you also feel a little bit of drool dripping on your back. Its mouth is wide open as it hangs off the ceiling. Come on.
Huh. I can't hit it with my sword anymore.
You could, I think, if you got right underneath it. Let me put this thing to the back so that you can
So I can go there.
come on top of it. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do something I've never ever done before.
Ooh.
Is this a spell?
Mm-hmm.
Level 1.
Fight me 1v1.
Yeah, fight me 1v1.
It fails.
So it has disadvantage on any attacks against anyone other than me.
All right. You shout at it, and as you manage to get its attention and cast this spell, it is drawn to all of the gems and precious metals that are also on you.
Yep.
You have its full attention.
Good.
Question. How
Mhm.
how is it different from the channel divinity that you did?
That gives me advantage to attack it. This gives it
Ah,
disadvantage to attack anyone else.
I understand.
It's basically me
spell-
controlling the battlefield.
The spells ends if any if you attack any other creature, if you can spell target a hostile creature.
Yeah, basically if I break the duel.
If a creature friendly to you damage the target or cast a harmless spell, also ended.
That's fine. I just wanted to get its attention.
Emma.
No, that was a bonus action. I still.
Oh, sorry. Go for it then. 24 hits. 15. Okay. 22 hits. 17. All right. This thing's starting to look kind of hurt. There's little pebbles now on the floor. It'll pile what you guys have hacked off of its outside. Emma, it is your turn.
Hmm. I'm uncertain what I want to do here.
Be gay, do crimes.
For clarity, I don't care if you break the spell. It was to get attention.
Meow. Speaking of getting attention,
Always.
I love your cat.
I tolerate him sometimes.
It is just
Me
so
too.
hilarious because I've got two dumbasses absolutely passed out on the bed behind me.
That kitty it bats.
I've been dealing that past 5 minutes.
All right, what are you doing, Mist?
I'm gonna shoot some arrows at it.
16 misses. 18 misses.
Sigh.
The first one just kind of skips off its hide. The second one, it like swats out of the air. But its eyes are still mostly fixed on Camille.
Haven't damaged it yet.
That's true. Anything else?
Nope.
I think Miss needs to give Nibbles dice back.
Don't want 'em.
Zoe.
So, with the words of her patron still ringing in her ear, Zoe casts banishment at level 5 on it.
Okay. It's a charisma save.
Yeep.
It fails. Oh. And with a little pop, the Zorn disappears.
We got a minute to get in position, ready spells, ready. Yep.
I'm not completely sure it's from this world.
Zoe isn't either, but we got a minute till we find out for sure.
Yes, you're totally right. Are we still in order, Jamie, or do we do stuff?
Hang on. I will save you guys the trouble. You get in position just in case it comes back. You wait. The spell ends. And wherever Zoe sent it, it stays there.
More immediately than that, however.
Yes.
On Rizwan's turn, all she does is complete the transformation. However, during that, while she still has hands, she uses her action, and the pouch disappears. And that's her entire turn.
Okay.
So,
The Rizwan is the only one hurt, right?
yeah, she doesn't look really injured, though.
Both Alisades will run up to her and
Pert, you find yourself beneath a very large red dragon.
Yep.
they
As we
both
get
kind of
pushed-
cast Cure Wounds on you.
Okay. And then, yeah, she, I guess, just prepares for the thing to come back. And then when it doesn't, she is upset. Cause...
Make a wisdom check, Nibbles.
Okay. Oh.
You feel slightly clearer of mind now.
Like, not seeing oozing on the wall? Or
Yeah.
I know what happened.
Like not seeing weird things out of the corner of your eye.
Okay.
I think Zoe's... No, you wouldn't have Detect Magic up anymore, not after Banishment.
For just for clarity, Rizwan is still under the impression that the thing has her pouch.
Wait.
Oh.
Why? Because you had it.
Wait, I did?
Yes, Pert
This is
handed
her,
it to you.
not me. This is her.
I gave it to you.
Yeah.
I put it in your hand just before you shifted shapes.
No, it would have happened on my turn, so Detect Magic would have already been gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Zoe and Fire and Amma could do a perception check, maybe? Would that make sense?
Passive
Sure.
of 20.
If you want us to.
I don't know against what. I mean, I don't think 24 would. Yeah, Fire. You saw Rizwin cast a spell.
The what now?
You saw Rizwin cast a spell.
I think Fire says the what now?
Zoe has no idea what the spell was.
That's not true. It looks vaguely familiar to you. The hand motions she made, it looks kind of similar to what you use for wrist pocket. But like a truncated version of it.
Zoe never cast wrist pocket. She
Yeah,
had
but
it on a spell scroll.
you must have learned how to cast it to make your bag of holding, because that's the spell that bag is based on. So you've never cast it in game.
I look at Zoe and shrug. I guess she does magic now.
Did you hide the bag without realizing it, Rizwan?
I think she has transformed back at this point, so her human face just looks very confused.
Okay.
Pert freezes in the middle of about to pour some oil on her scales. Oh, okay.
Fire, you look to the right, like a little behind your Fey summons, and there's this like dark ooze coming out of the walls, almost like it's bleeding.
What? I point. I see something. Someone check.
Take a look.
You see almost like dancing shadows
I
along
see
the wall.
some shadows.
Blob, blob, blob of black goose. Careful, careful.
No shadows.
It's dripping down onto the floor and like starting to pool like paint.
So I guess I need to ask this Jamie to how to role play it. Is this just a visual kind of illusion, so my mind can say maybe this is not real, or is it more involved and my mind think this is real?
Your mind thinks it's real. And
Oh shit!
you feel a little panicked.
Oh shit! Check, guys.
I don't see any ooze.
I think this is probably enough to put the confusion aside and also go check.
You see nothing. As Rizwin kind of steps onto this area where you see the ooze has puddled, there's like this moment of panic of like, oh no, don't step on it. But she does. And then it's just not there.
I think this cave is bad for my heart.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Now that I am human shaped again, does it come back?
Make a wisdom check. You're not sure.
Okay, so this thing felt really real. This is dangerous. We could do dumb stuff while being engaged in that. I got a very, I got a very involved spell that could help us against this, but I need materials that I don't have. Like it will be going back to a city and getting materials stuff.
As you kind of saying that, like the hair on the back of your neck stands up on end, and for a second you're not sure why until you hear this very faint howl echoing off the cavern walls.
Do we all hear that or just fire?
You all hear it this time.
How did you hear that?
That
Yes.
that I heard.
I don't think we're getting out of here without
Dealing
one. They're not going to bring us back again. Two, that there's a predator down here.
Yes, there is something big.
This is
The Zorn was way, way too big to have made the marks on that piece of driftwood.
You wanna say something, Bert?
I'm just gonna search this room quickly while you, the rest of you keep watch, okay?
Rizwin, I think I wanna roleplay like this. I think you heard like from the back of your ear a very whispery wisp. Are you okay? Or do you need more healing?
Oh, from the.
Yeah, like if you look back, you can see them waving, but way back.
Sorry, they. I didn't actually write it down. They already healed me once, right?
Yes, 11 and 9.
No, she's fine then.
Cool, my dude.
So, Pert asks the others to keep watch. He will investigate this room, Cheney.
Roll me an investigation. Ooh, 21. There are indeed some skeletons here. You think that there's two. The bones are a little jumbled. It's hard to tell, but you only see two skulls. One's bigger than the other, but they're both humanoid. You see some very rusted old swords, or maybe short swords. Couple scraps of leather. Whatever clothes they had are just tatters now.
No jewelry since it was here, so anything that could identify anyone?
Um, I don't think so.
Yeah, the Zorn probably destroyed whatever mementos would have been
Yeah,
useful.
and most of the bones have been crushed.
And nothing else further on in the room. It's just kind of a dead end of caved in nothing.
You find a backpack that has been like ripped into shreds. You look through it. There's like a sleeping roll that is likewise shredded. Couple of old rations, and that's about it.
Anything of value, it seems the Zorn destroyed. It's a shame. Can't even identify them. Fire,
You sure
are
it
you...
was that thing?
I mean, I'm assuming that thing did the damage that made everything unidentifiable.
Did you need me for anything?
I was going to say, can you or your friends give them a burial?
I can do that. With the help of Pert and I think Elsa's wouldn't help a lot. Yeah, they got decent strength. I'm gonna put them in a very decent position and cast Decompose. It's gonna take me a little bit, guys, like 5 minutes.
I'm not gonna like roleplay the whole thing out, but I think while you're doing that, Rizwin does like the most thorough search of her person and belongings that you can think of. And I assume maybe somebody eventually explains what happened.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
if it's obvious she's looking for the pouch.
Yeah. She attempts to do it again a couple times, but can't.
You brush, as you're like examining your belongings, you brush something slimy.
Wait, is it actually slimy, or do I just think it's slimy?
Whatever it was, you don't see it in there. Amma and Melis and Zoe, you're kind of at the front of this fort keeping watch. And for a couple seconds, you just feel like all the hair stand up on end. You don't hear anything. And then you kind of relax at the same time.
Naturally relax or relax like they're unaware of it.
Well, relax like whatever was causing that effect in you has stopped. Almost like the howl the first time, but you just couldn't hear it.
So we're not hallucinating anymore?
Oh no, you are.
Oh, okay.
You just say that so calmly.
Amma and Zoe, I would like you to both make perception checks. And Melis too, I think. Melis is the first one to notice. You see his tail start whipping back and forth and his ears go back, pointing in this direction.
Ooh.
And then a couple seconds later, you hear it too. Hey, come on. It just sounds like something running along the stone floor, like claws, in a bit of a trot.
Can I tell which direction it's going?
Yeah, from down here.
Well, yes, it's down there, but can I tell if it's coming towards or away from us?
You think it's coming towards you?
So, Jamie, was that "Hey, come on" in character?
No.
Okay, just making sure. It almost sounded like it had that accent.
That was me getting mad at Roll20.
Oh, okay.
Alma will tell the others that something's coming.
The what? Okay.
Defensive positions.
Do you still have the light, Camille?
I'm not sure. Let's let the dice decide. Even I do, odd I don't.
No, I don't want to print.
Nope.
You do not. Do the Fae have dark vision?
No.
Okay. So Pert can't see what's coming. Neither can the Fae summons.
Are we in pitch black?
Camille does not have the light.
Yeah. He forgot about it during combat because he doesn't need it.
Okay.
It's not a concentration though.
It expires though.
It expires in an hour.
Oh yeah, if it expires in an hour, then you still have it.
Okay, then I still have it. It's on something on his waist or something. I don't know.
Jamie,
And
before
fire also has it.
before we continue, I don't know how Roll20 works. I don't know if I would be able to see from my character sheet and from the other tokens too. I don't know if that makes sense, or is it multiple tokens for one player? It's not good in Roll20.
Yeah, it can fuck things up.
I will
But you
not
should be
ask
able
for
to
that.
see them from where you are anyways.
Yeah, I see something.
3 shapes. Quadrupedal, kind of like dogs. Walk out from around this corner.
Minor illusion of a steak right here.
They have these like big red sacks under their jaws, like a toad, with pointed teeth and glowing red demonic eyes. This one in the back, you hear, lets out a little howl, and all of the hair on the back of your arms, on the back of your neck, stands up.
Is it a fear effect or is it just atmospheric?
You think it might turn into a fear effect? What do you do?
I'm ready for battle. Because I'm assuming they have our scent.
They look like the worst 5, my dudes.
Actually, I kind of look at Rizzo as like, how do you want to play this? I guess we're rolling initiative.
I don't know.
I mean, I put this up here, but
If it's not needed, then I would not be. I don't know.
I can't see us not getting out the spell during fighting.
Yeah, neither can I.
Are they like hound dogs looking at us menacingly? They're coming for us, or what?
I mean, they're definitely coming in your direction, and they look menacing.
I think we should match that energy. Yeah.
Yep.
I could make them go away with the spell, but okay.
Stop giving my dice back to me, everybody.
No.
Are yours? Hello. The universe is at balance again. Nibbles has the Nibbles nice dices.
Man, I can't roll for shit.
Did you roll it on 2DM?
Oh, did I? I might have. I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Okay, Pert's first. But you...
Do not
you
see
can,
anything.
You can see. No, you can see. The light's still up.
Yeah, you have.
Yes, I can't
Turn-
not see anything.
Yeah. It is still very faint for you, though.
Yeah. Honestly, I think he will take out the lightning daggers, and the second something threatening enters his range, he will throw a dagger.
Okay. Zoe.
Jamie,
Mm-hmm.
remember you did this to yourself.
Uh-oh.
Banishment on 2 of them. 2 close ones.
Okay. Well, they definitely fail.
That's both rolls?
I mean, I guess I'll make a second one. It should not be an advantage. So 4 and a -1.
We don't see many negative rolls.
2 of them pop out of existence, and the third one starts to look a little nervous.
And with that, Zoe takes a step back, knowing she has to maintain concentration.
Well, the two ones that they're popped, the two that I saw. So I'm gonna bonus action shield LA and be Zoe's shield if anything comes from the back. From the back, and the L Sades, uh, only one of them, the number two, is gonna cast plant growth on an area to make it
Okay.
difficult terrain. Let me check. It can be up to 100-foot radius. I'm not gonna do all of that. I can shape it in the thing that I want, but basically I'm gonna do this area.
Okay.
This is difficult. Like,
Difficult terrain?
let's say, ah,
Difficult terrain.
yeah, it's difficult terrain. It's like seaweeds and stuff.
Okay. Seaweed starts to sprout out of the ground and makes this area really slippery.
That's it for me.
Emma.
Ah. What's the circle again?
It's a bunch of weeds, so it's difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing, mister?
I'm almost shooting an arrow at it.
19 hits. Okay.
And another one.
That definitely hits. Okay.
That's it.
Camille?
Okay. It's difficult terrain for us too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
5, 10. I just advance and ready to attack if it comes into my threat range.
Okay. This creature, oops, takes a step onto the kelp and kind of like looks down, sniffs this area, and then lifts back its head and lets out this awful high-pitched howl. And everyone needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Rizwin gets my bonus. That's it.
Yee.
The L-Sades are immune to frighten.
Okay.
Oh,
Not an advantage. I haven't. I shouldn't even have it on anymore. So I don't have that effect.
So fail, success, success. Fail. Success.
No +5, but yeah.
Still success.
Yep.
Fail. And Zoe. Fail. Those who failed, you are incapacitated.
Are they frightened?
Frightened.
And yes, you are frightened.
Oh no,
Your speed
and
is.
incapacitated.
Rizwin is not. Rizwin is not frightened.
Oh, because
Yeah.
she's in your aura?
Yep. Word of courage.
Okay, so you are not frightened, and so the other effects do not affect you. But Zoe, Emma, and Melis are all frightened. I don't know why your speed is halved and you're incapacitated.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Probably if you're immune to one effect, the other effect could still affect you.
Okay.
Makes sense.
They are different. Incapacitated creatures can't take actions or reactions, so they could still move.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh.
Zoe, Emma, you look down at your feet and you see skeletal hands start breaking up out of the rock and grabbing onto you and like trying to pull you down.
Is it Amma, Zoe, and who else?
Melis.
Okay.
Poor kid.
Melis seems to be likewise freaking out. And then thing is going to start running backwards. Where's one? You are scared, but do not have the frightened condition.
I think of it like I felt what it was trying to do, but it didn't succeed.
Yeah. But you see it start to retreat.
So this is difficult terrain now?
Mm-hmm. It should be a little far. Sorry, it should be a little farther.
God damn it.
I misread its speed.
Let me check a thing. 30 feet. Well, here's hoping. I can make a reckless attack with a thrown weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So just normal. Zoop.
That hits.
Bonus action rage. And I'm gonna do. None of these really apply, so I guess I'm not gonna do.
All of that damage?
Hold on, let me make sure how this works. Okay, so it takes, yes, all of that damage.
I have to do the save though.
It doesn't make the dexterity saving throw, only things
Right.
in a line between it. So
Right,
it
so
just
29.
gets that.
Woo-wee!
It takes all of that? Oh my god.
You land a direct hit on its like back left haunch.
Hey, Jamie. Incapacitated drops concentration.
Oh! Okay.
It does.
Apparently. Because you can't pay attention to anything you're doing, you're just...
Well, everything happens so fast that we can say cinematically.
Yeah.
You throw the spear and they appear in mid-flight. They could take damage.
Oh, yeah, if they were in between. Oh,
Sure.
yeah, they are.
Why not?
So they get to make the dexterity save, and they only take the 20 lightning damage if they fail.
Half.
They take half.
They take 10? Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they just
half.
appear in
That's
the middle of
half.
a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate for them. Okay. In that case, yeah. I mean, I guess just another dagger at the number one,
Okay.
Can you throw a dagger after?
or javelin. Sorry, not dagger.
Good warrior.
That misses.
Okay. That's all I got.
Bert.
Alrighty. It's pretty obvious to Pert that Zoe and Amma are kind of freaking out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Pert kind of goes to try to put an arm around both of them to pull them closer to Kamale, knowing his presence seems to always be fortifying, but realizes it's a little too awkward to try to drag two people, especially towards something they're scared of. So he tries to pick up Zoe. Does she resist?
Literally can't take an action.
Okay. He picks her up and carries her within 10 feet of Kamale.
Okay. That's just your movement, right?
I'm going to say it's probably my action, too.
Okay.
So, plops her down right here, I think.
Yeah. So you cannot be frightened while you are within that aura of protection. So that frighten effect ends. As Pert picks you up, you don't see Pert. You see like a big, shadowy something grab you from behind and start dragging you down the tunnel. But as soon as you get within range of Kamale, it all just goes away.
None of you ever heard Zoe scream that loudly.
Oh no.
And I think Pert will rip out his smelling salts and is halfway through breaking them in front of her nose before she stops freaking out.
Okay, just so you're aware, most people when they smell smelling salts throw up.
Yeah, that's why
They're kind of debilitating.
Yeah, but they're also mind clearing at the same time, so... And when I say smelling salts, obviously it's just some kind of, combination of strong smelling stuff, since real smelling salts wouldn't actually exist. Anyways, yeah, he stops to... Basically, the rest of his turn is just making sure Zoe's okay.
Okay. Zoe.
Is still incapacitated.
No, because
No.
you are incapacitated because of the fear, and the fear is now over.
Oh, okay.
So you are no longer incapacitated.
Zoe does not want that to happen again. Bonus action to get a spell slot, and banishes them again.
Okay.
Lol.
Back to the Shadow Realm they go.
For another minute.
Okay, anything else?
I know I can't do this, but I have this feeling like Zoe just holds on to the back of Kamale and be like, don't leave me.
So it does that or not?
What I would love to happen is she just gets pulled along if Kamale moves, but I know that can't happen.
Yeah.
She just says that. So, I can't still see anything. Oh. I don't know if I want to waste anything here. I just gonna, I don't know, hold an action to chill touch if anything comes to my view. The L-Sades one is gonna stop this um, slow terrain thingy
Okay.
because it seems that no longer is useful. No one is hurt, right?
Nope.
The other one, the one that hasn't casted yet, is also gonna cast Calm Emotions number 2. So one of the things of Calm Emotion is that it stops a frightening condition. You can suppress any effect causing the target to be charmed or frightened
Okay.
on Melas and Amma. I think
Okay.
there were the two of them that were in the thing yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Does
things
that
can't
work
be-
on Melis?
It's a good question.
It's an humanoid. God damn it.
And it works on Emma, but it doesn't work on Melis. Melis is still freaking out.
I guess.
Point of clarification, just to make sure. Did the initial thing affect Melis since he wasn't affected by whatever else happened before?
Yes, the other thing was only humanoids, but this is any creature.
That is concerning because now that makes Rizwan think that there's more than one freaky thing down here.
It is. There
Yeah.
is.
There is.
There
All
is.
freaky things down here.
Well, there's more than one type of freaky thing down here.
We're definitely on 3 or 4 if you can include the water spiders.
Yeah, that's true. This is a freaky cave, my dude.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's one Alisades that has missing an action and it's gonna use their action to try to calm the kitty with no effect.
Okay.
no kitty.
Emma, you are back to your senses.
Well, I'm gonna try to calm the kitty.
Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. You can roll animal handling, but you're gonna have to roll high. Yeah, it's not high enough. You do your best to calm Melis, and he seems to appreciate your presence, but it has not fixed whatever is freaking him out.
Just loud cat yowling.
Yeah.
You know that when the cat suddenly gets into the water and it's nice to you over here, so it hugs you, but it still tries to climb up because there is water. That one's gonna get scratched.
Anything else?
No.
Sorry, was that an unsure or a no?
That was a no.
Okay.
An unsure no, but a no.
Okay. Camille.
So Zoe's actually like clutching onto him.
Yes.
Lightly.
It's more like holding on to your mother's coattails type of. Just kind of has a hand gripping something on the back.
He just kind of pats her gently on the head, says, "I've got this," and moves forward. 5. 30. Yeah, why not?
So you use your action to dash?
No, that was Misty Step.
Oh, okay.
And we start hewing. I think
That misses.
That's fine.
That hits. 18. Okay.
And I'm just trying to press it against the wall and prevent it from getting further down.
This thing is going to move past you. You get an attack of opportunity. 16 hits. 11. Okay. It is just gonna keep running.
Is this a fiend?
Yes. You kill it.
And you divine smite on an opportunity attack?
I can divine smite on any attack.
Hmm.
As it is running away from you, you cleave your sword down right through its ribs, and it skids across the ground and does not get up. And the others do not come back.
I said I got it. Comes back, slightly blood spattered.
Go to retrieve javelins.
Okay.
The other two aren't coming back, she says after a minute when the feeling just disappears.
Well, keep clearing areas, I guess.
They came from down there. We want to just continue going this way, hoping we don't run into more.
Yeah, I think we should be thorough.
Alright.
Since we didn't actually get a chance to do much in here, can we have a look around in this room for a minute?
Perd already did.
Oh, sorry.
He did that while we were sort of on guard from the howling.
Gotcha. Okay. This direction.
Pert offers Zoe his hand.
Zoe is staying very close to Camille.
I would encourage as many people as possible to stay close to me.
You do feel a little safer around Camille thanks to the aura. But as you continue through this cave, you keep seeing things, hearing things, and you're having trouble distinguishing what is real and what is not.
Would it be fair to say at this point we know that there's something affecting our perceptions? We just can't do anything about it?
Yes.
Is Melis still frightened?
Melis is not still frightened.
Okay.
And make a insight check, Emma. I think a 10 is fine. You can read Melis's moods enough to know that whatever has got you guys so on edge, like, Melis is only on edge because you are. You don't get the sense that he is also hearing strange bumps and skitters.
I'm just moving forward-ish, ready to stop. Just say something, Jamie,
Okay.
and everyone can arrange themselves around me.
Yep. Coming to this dead end, you see another little, like, pool of dark water, and just, like, a divot in the ground.
Take a look, Bert.
Sure. Pert will step around and just glance into the water area.
It looks very dark.
No signs of movement?
Not that you can see. There's a couple of ripples on the surface from the vibrations of you guys stepping on the ground, but that seems to be it.
Doesn't appear to be anything moving on this side. If someone wants to keep an eye on it while we move further in, probably wouldn't be a mistake.
David, you're really quiet.
Doesn't seem to be any movement from what I can see. If someone wants to keep an eye on it while we move further in, it wouldn't be a mistake.
All right, you want to check out that pit? And in the light source.
Pert takes the light source and just drops 5 feet down. I'm assuming it's like 5 feet down, Jamie.
Yeah, it's a gentle slope, rather than the big steep holes that you saw earlier.
All right. Pert
Just
will,
a bunch of loose rock and rubble down in here.
Pert will take the light source, drop down, and then search the area.
Making an investigation check.
I investigate.
There is nothing here that strikes you as odd or suspicious. Aside from the hand that tries to grab you from the bottom that you pull back from and then you realize isn't there.
Even though it's not affecting me as badly as you all, this is still a lot. Should I check the water?
I don't want to leave anything. I think, out of character, I think it's fair to say we're all paranoid enough right now with everything going on. Check everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Pert pulls out one of the lightning daggers in one hand and the light source in the other hand, and drops carefully into the water.
Is the lightning dagger activated? Are you gonna electrocute yourself?
Not yet.
Okay. You drop down into the water, and your feet don't touch the bottom.
All right. Pert will search the water.
Okay. Going underneath with the light rock, make a investigation check.
Oh, shucks,
21?
I rolled a natural 1.
Yeah.
Dang it.
There is indeed a very long drop here. And after like 80 or 90 feet, it levels off. And it does continue on for at least a little while. Your light doesn't penetrate that far into the water. You don't really have any way of knowing how far this kind of underwater tunnel leads.
All right. As soon as I realize it's not just a small cave, it's actually a tunnel, I will surface. And once surfaced, so there seems to be some kind of cave or path here. I don't know how far it goes, but as far as I can see without swimming into the heart of the cave, it definitely goes a ways.
If we don't find anything on this cave, we might need to go there.
Yeah, I think we explore dry areas first before we start diving into unknown depths.
Yeah, this cave system is involved.
Is the water stale?
Not as much as you might expect.
There's at least some life to the water. It isn't true stagnant, so it may be connected to another source. But I agree we should leave this until we've checked other areas first. And Pert will hold out a hand. For Camille to get him out of the water.
Yep.
Does Pert reek of stale water? Fetid. That's the word I was looking for. Fetid.
No, you're pretty sure you could, like, drink this stuff and you'd be okay.
Okay.
So it's not salt water?
Oh yeah, no, it is salt water. I forgot.
So it's kind of in the middle of the two dangerous waters.
I mean, you could drink a little salt water and you'd be okay.
All right, we should head to the next path. I think Zoe said the other one went quite a ways.
Sit back.
Okay.
I'm going to head back. Unless you say otherwise, I'm just going to stop at the dead body
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
to let us make our next choice.
I'm assuming Zoe's still holding on to Kamel's coat.
I think that's fair to say.
Sorry. A little bit of flavor, just as we're walking without anything else going on, you might notice Rizwin occasionally just flicking her wrist, trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Left, like we've been doing.
Left and live.
Yeah.
Our left, not
As
our
I say,
left.
stage left.
Yeah, stage left.
You pass by the body of this.
Wait, Miss, are you here?
Oh yeah. Don't get lost in this.
Come on, miss. This way.
Which way is this way?
I'm right beside you.
All right, let's just move through here carefully. I'm going to go to the entrance.
Okay. You see a bit of a larger space. The ceiling opens up like maybe 20 feet above you. There's a little bit more wood in the corner.
Is equally rotted as the rest.
At first glance, it appears so. And there is a big hole in the ground.
Is the hole just another elevation change of the cave?
Yeah, how deep are we talking for that hole?
At first glance, it seems to be deeper than the others, like maybe 20 or 30 feet.
Just gonna walk the perimeter of it well enough back that I couldn't accidentally fall in.
Yeah, make a perception check. 12. You think you see something down there, but whatever it is isn't moving. It could just be rocks.
I point out to Pert, who is far keener eyes than Gamael, that I see something down there.
Pert will take the rope of climbing, hand one into Kamale, and then holding the light source, unless Kamale's taken it back in his other hand.
Pert, I would like you to look in first before you dive
Yes.
into a dark, mysterious hole that is in a cave full of demons.
Yes. And then with the light source in his other hand, he will lean over the edge, holding out the light source to see if he can see anything.
You make a perception check.
Sure.
You're pretty sure you see bodies down there. Not bodies of humanoids, but bodies of quadrupeds.
Might be another nest of the spiders, might be something that fed on the spiders. Can't really make it out.
Or, semi under his breath, so I can't really hear, might be an entire layer of those things.
You also see no sign of movement.
Rizwin suggests we throw a light pebble down there.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take the copper piece, whatever I cast light source on, toss it down there.
Okay. You toss the rock down, and it lands amongst not a pile, but a smattering of the corpses of that same howler creature that you faced before. 5 ones. They all appear to be dead, lying on the ground. Some of them have been gnawed at. You can see like their back haunches are just bone and a little bit of gristle left. Pert, with your 21 perception, with that light rock down there, you can see one of them. Its head is kind of close to that light rock. There's a hole through its skull. A small circular hole.
It looks like some kind of larger predator, or perhaps... Wait. Pert pulls out a sketch of the impact from one of the bullets. Obviously, he's too far away to see the hole in the skull that clearly, but is it a similar impact site?
It looks pretty similar, yeah.
I think Dahl was here. Or someone else who uses weapons like him.
So you see bodies of people?
There's like half a dozen of those dogs down there.
All right.
So
Pert
the
will
dogs.
step away from the edge now that he's done the inspection and takes back the rope of climbing.
So the dogs were a problem for them to not the protection system that they made.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about what was eating the dogs as well.
Opinions. Should we clear the rest of this level before we go down either of these tunnels?
Second opinion, should we take a short rest?
I think, yes, Zoe, you're out of stuff, aren't you?
Completely tapped out.
Yeah, I could also use this short rest. The dudes will go away though.
This looks fairly defensible over here if we want to set up camp in this corner.
Yeah, keep the hole in sight and also both entrances.
Okay. So I was like, you sure? It looks like there's a... Oh, that's just a dead end. Zoe has a set.
Okay, you take a short rest.
You all hear peace out as they disappear.
Goodbye. I will sit on the edge of the hole and like watch down there where the light is during the rest.
Do we take an IRL rest too?
Yeah.
Zoe casts Tea Party.
Ooh.
Is that an actual spell or are we having a tea party?
Jamie said I could have it. All it is we all have a cup of tea now.
I mean, yay.
I like tea.
It's like a very, 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 very mild hero's feast.
Okay, baby.
Just makes you feel warm for a second.
Okay, I've been shuffling the tarot deck for a bit, and I look for Camille's card, and of the like 8 times I've done it, 6 of them he's been side by side with the devil card.
Uh-oh. That's not concerning at all.
Make that 7 times.
People keep posting art, bunny art, and being like, "It's the year of the bunny," and I'm like, Chinese New Year's until January 2nd, 22.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Okay. more seal.
Aw.
Ocean dogs.
And speaking of seal, the greatest seal video on the internet.
Kiss from a Rose.
Yes.
And here I was worried today was going to be a short session.
No. You gave us a whole dungeon to explore.
To be fair, it's only 7:30.
We did start a little late.
Yeah.
It was started about an hour late after gift opening and everything.
God, that video starts so soft and quiet.
Dear God, this is 4 years old.
Yes.
It's as old as our D&D campaign.
No, this is like a year younger than our D&D campaign. No, wait, I'm thinking of the other one. Never mind.
It originally broadcast in November of 2018, so close enough.
back and I didn't mention it.
Welcome back. We're still waiting for Quasta.
Welcome back. I think this is the perfect embodiment of most animal handling roles.
How's everyone's New Year?
Meh. It's meh.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty meh last night, but it's been pretty awesome so far today. Had bacon and eggs, got tarot cards.
I worked till like 1 o'clock last morning, so to try and make sure I could be back in the yard before T&D today, and then fucking secondary.
What's secondary?
You know, border crossing is when secondary is when they take you in for further examination.
Is that like a random thing or?
Can be random. Sometimes it's them not liking paperwork. They didn't like some paperwork, and it turned out like I got in there, handed it in, and they went, "This all looks fine. What the hell is causing the issue?" Turned out nothing.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
So Steve at border crossing was just being a jerk.
It's usually a bigger issue going into the States than going into Canada, but you know. Something in the system flagged the load, and then they had to figure out what was causing it, and they were like, "There's nothing wrong here. Just get the fuck out of here." And because the border here doesn't actually have any room, they make you go off site, which means they have to lead you off site.
Ugh. Where the fuck did Quasta go?
Moon.
Don't know.
Is it haunted?
I don't know. There's this one person with a telescope that just keeps showing up at random. So I guess it's haunted by a scientist.
Colostra! You know, I've never been so pleased with my decision to not travel during Christmas.
Hmm.
Yes, from everything I've heard, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, traveling Christmas time in BC of this year was pretty bad, it looks like.
Traveling anywhere this year was pretty bad around Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the daughters of one of the friends of my mother went out to Denver to visit her sisters for Christmas, and she got stuck there for at least 10 days,
Wow.
which is doubly bad because she is the owner, operator, sole proprietor of like a coffee and ice cream shop in Annapolis. So without her, it can't open.
We just had a lot of people traveling through because their flights were grounded.
I know at one point I think it might have been Christmas Day. Yeah, it must have been Christmas Day when I crossed back into Canada. The border was backed up all the way across the bridge with cars, which is not common.
Mm.
Backed up that far with trucks is kind of common, but not with cars. Especially not on like midday Christmas.
Yeah. Okay, I have a particular spot I need to get you guys to tonight. So if there's any short rest stuff you need to do, let's do it now. Even though Quas is not back.
I
I'm
guess
back.
it spells.
Oh,
Oh, you're back.
I'm just back. I'm sorry. It took me a lot of things.
Any short rest stuff anybody needs to do?
I'm just keeping an eye on the hole, make sure nothing comes out and eats us.
Okay.
Yep, same. And putting my temporary hit points back to 11.
Yeah. As
Sorry.
the short rest progresses, you are all continuing to have these hallucinations, and you feel like they're getting worse.
Hmm. I assume at this point we have a system, like we see something, we're like, hey, you see that? No? Okay.
Okay, that brings up the question: can we get a short rest in? Are we able to relax? I guess is the word enough to actually get that rest.
I will say yes, but by the end of the short rest, you're pretty sure that whatever this thing is, like you're not going to be able to rest while it is. Like you've used up your chance to rest.
Hmm.
Zoe apologizes to her patron because she's gonna have to go violent.
So you aren't able to get your spells back?
She is.
She
She
is,
is?
but that's it, we're not getting another one.
Ah, gotcha.
As you all kind of get up to go explore the rest of this cave, you get this like nauseating sensation of not remembering which way you came.
Hmm. Wait, just Zoe or everybody?
Everybody. It's worse in some people than it is in others. Like some people you have no idea what tunnel you came down. You don't know where you're supposed to go next. Some of you like you remember where you came and where you're headed, but your inner map of where you have been is just like fuzzy.
I don't like this cave.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm going to suggest we have always been taking the first left. Let's take the first left.
Okay.
I think that's fair to say, right?
Until we have to come down the hole, yes.
Do we still remember that there's a tunnel in the water that we need to explore?
You remember that there was a tunnel in some water.
Hmm.
Okay, let's just take this left and let's try to find what we're looking for and get the hell out of here.
It's definitely something adding up.
Don't fall behind, people.
Mist. Zoe. Do we have a mist? Do we have a tie? Maybe we don't have a tie.
I was waiting for a
Wait,
message from me.
wait, guys. Oh, audio died.
Please stand by.
I just moved Zoe.
Okay. Sorry, my audio crapped out for a
Welcome
second.
back.
Hello.
Around this corner, you just see some weird rock formations, holes in the rock, crevices.
These are both holes. This one.
Yes, one
this
is significantly deeper than the other.
Oh, which one's deeper?
This one.
And the weird rock formations.
Are just weird rock formations.
Have a look.
Because of the weird mental situation, Pert's gonna jot a note. Cave with dead wolves, holes, and then a second note, strange rocks.
Okay.
Just because if Brain's being unreliable.
Yeah. Make a perception check, Rizwan.
Perception.
You look down. It looks like just a pretty skinny crevice. You see some rocks at the bottom and not much else.
And it doesn't look like it goes under either side.
No.
All right.
Pert will inspect the yellow stone.
It just seems like a slightly different kind of rock.
Okay, so sandstone or whatever, not.
Yeah. You continue up. Fire, you think you see a face in the rock.
Yeah. I don't like it here.
Okay. I remember killing that thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked past it after. So did we go this way?
We always go left.
So we went this way then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Remember this.
Is it or is it a new one?
Well, that's where it was gnawing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, out of character, we know that this is the same one, but in character, do we?
Yeah, in character, I think Fire is having doubts. Is this a new one?
Bert sounds
Always-
pretty confident.
Always
sure that's-
go left to live.
Yeah.
So
No,
we'll go this way then?
I'm sure if I look at my notes, I had some kind of note about chewed on wood. Flips through pages idly.
Yep.
We'll pretend that we go in here.
Yeah. There's nothing in there. There's still nothing in there.
Alright, so we come back here. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Go left.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Water.
I remember Zoe saying something about the water continues for a long ways.
Um, it is about chest deep on Rizwin. And it starts to get a little shallower very slowly as you go. I think Zoe is
Broom.
probably swimming.
Broom, if there's room.
Room. There is room. There is room.
To put that on a t-shirt.
Is this a thing or just the
That's
map
not a
you're using?
thing.
Okay.
So that's just scene decoration.
Yeah.
I thought it was tile, so I was like, ooh.
Okay. Just doing the old keep going until you yell us to stop.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going.
See a boat. Or is that
You
decoration?
see bits of a boat.
Bits of a boat.
Bits and boats and bits and boats.
Where did it come from?
It's
Can we surmise that maybe the entrance to this cave wasn't always underwater? That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
So there's a thing. It's when mountains fall over. It's called earthquake. Wow, my brain did not work for a minute there. It's earthquakes. It's possible that this was above ground cave at one time. It's kind of like how volcanoes make islands grow. Did you know volcanoes make islands grow?
I live on a volcanic island, Bert.
I was talking to her.
Pert
I
points at the wall.
don't know if she knows that or not. Wait,
Pert, there's nothing there.
who's there?
I swear someone asked me about volcanoes or caves or island. It was islands and volcanoes, I think.
Yes, this
Pert.
is not good cave.
In our group, has anyone ever asked about these things?
Sometimes?
Here these excavation tools here?
You see more bits of wood, more bits of boats, some old, very, very rusted shovels, you think? Pickaxes. And on this end, it looks like the rock is very loose, almost like it was caved in. And that cave in kind of goes up towards the ceiling. It doesn't look super stable.
What, over here?
No, then here.
No, over down here.
Huh, okay, well, we've... And it's caved in, you said, right?
It kind of looks that way, yeah.
Does it look like we could dig it out at all, or...
Make an intelligence check.
Rizwin is already holding a pickaxe.
The boulders are very big, and it goes above your head. You're pretty sure if you tried to dig it out, you would just bury yourselves. Unless it was very, like, the blockage was very thin, but you have no way of knowing that.
I look at Risbon and shake my head. Probably cave in on us.
She looks disappointed.
All right. Is there anything else of note that catches anyone's eyes?
Spread out and have a quick investigation check.
How about we all take a big step back?
Oh, careful.
Yeah, let's. Should we investigate first and then do this?
Yeah, let's maybe
Just in
check
case
around before we
need
potentially cave in the entire complex.
Zoe's halfway through the steps of casting a spell when you say this, and she just goes, "Oh."
Alternatively, Pert could try to check the fault lines to see how far back a possible cave-in could extend.
Well, I mean, either way, let's examine the area first.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Do you just want like 2 for the entire area, or should we split up?
Just give me 1 for the entire area.
Okay, I will assist somebody.
Art, go. You are the nosy person.
Apparently, I'm
26.
rolling a lot of 10s today.
Yep. There is very little of value here. It is mostly old, has been left to rot. You find a couple of bones. And
No,
that's it.
no further signs of somebody like Dal in the area. Okay. And is there any signs from the quality of the rock whether a attempt to clear the blockage would cave in half the room or the entire room? Or
Make an intelligence check.
sure.
You think you're probably okay standing back where you are. If it does start caving in, it will be kind of like this area. You think?
It looks like you're safe to go, Zoe. The front half of the room would be dangerous.
Knockable spells that could help in this, but I don't have them prepared.
So he's literally just kind of Eldritch Blast it.
Roll attack. Okay. You Eldritch Blast one of the rocks. A roll here. And one of the larger rocks just shatters on the impact of the Eldritch Blasts, spraying into little pieces, and behind it, all of this rubble just comes spewing out all along here.
So, two thoughts. One, we're probably not getting through there. Two, what we want might be back there because and Dal blew the thing fucking up, so people couldn't get back there to check on it afterwards.
Makes sense.
I mean, back up a little bit and try again.
Second, my head hurts.
I assume, like, did everything just fill in, or did it? And it did just look like that boulder was stopping more stuff from coming in. So once it was gone, it filled in.
Yeah, it just filled in.
Pert rips out his book and starts flipping pages again. There was something about a tunnel, right?
That we needed to check if we didn't find any other place.
There. I found it. Under the water, there was a tunnel that went further. So maybe whatever got buried on this side connects through that tunnel.
Hmm.
The only option that I can think of.
So we go back the way we came and try not to take any paths we've already taken. Do you remember which way we came from, Pert?
It was near the hole. I think I can figure it out.
Okay, well, you take the lead then and lead us.
Jamie,
Right
can
behind you.
Pert guide them back to the water?
Make a survival check.
Sure.
With a 28, yes, you can.
Do you want to just teleport us back to the hole?
We know how to get there. We can just go there.
I just
yeah,
wanted,
you can just go.
yeah, just that way she could move us as bulk.
It moving people with the walls can get a little hairy sometimes. Not that way, Camille.
Yeah, oh, I forgot.
You are pretty sure, Pert, that this is the underwater tunnel that you had written about. Here, I can move you. Just, oh, no, I can't.
Pert kind of
Lost the
flips.
memo.
Pert kind of flips back and forth between two pages. yeah, so it's either we do the water or we go back to the hole with the gun. There was a wolf with a hole in its head in the bottom of the hole that looked like the gun stuff. So one of these two paths. Is
And
everyone
that whole makes sense to be more things in there.
I mean, there was a lot of dead bodies down there is the worry.
We're here now. I say we go this way.
Okay. We all have still water breathing.
Bert will go first
Okay.
since he's the only one with. Oh, actually, I think Amma has a swim speed as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I will wild shape again into giant octopus.
Okay.
I will tie a rope to someone who just so we don't get lost.
This path is not quite as narrow, at least from what you were able to see the first time, Pert.
All right.
You think Camille will be okay in his armor?
Pert will connect the rope of climbing to Kamale just so that way the person that's most flexible in the water can deal with the person that's least flexible in the water. If that's okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Pert will try leading the way and will kind of try to size things out for Kamale's shoulder width and stuff.
Okay. So Pert, you're in the lead.
Yep. I'm the Udis goat or the sacrificial lamb. You decide.
You drop down into the water. Do you have the light to lead the way?
I would have had to have gotten a new one due to the long rest, but probably.
Yeah, we can say one of us put a light spell on something.
Cool. So yeah, Pert will have a light coin in one fist and the lightning dagger in the other fist.
Mm-hmm. And you swim down and down and then across. Make a dexterity check, please.
Everyone?
Burger.
Oh, check.
Yes, everyone. That's okay.
We'll
15 is what you needed.
Save or not save?
Not
check.
save. Check.
So no 15. It's a 10. That
It would be a yeah.
Oh, it's a 10? Okay.
Yeah, it would be a 10 or so.
I want to just roll again.
Yeah.
Octopus OP.
Oh no, dang. Well, still a nat 20, but it would octopus deck, so which is the same.
Okay. Pert, being at the front of the line, ends up kind of holding everyone up as he's trying desperately to make sure that Camille can fit. But even with that source of light, it is still very hard to see down here. And Pert, whatever things that you are seeing, it's starting to get worse.
I think twice Pert stops and starts to ready to throw the dagger and catches
Mhm.
himself. And then forces himself to move on
Yeah.
once the shadow blend out.
You look back at one point towards your companions. You see Camille kind of swimming up behind you, and you think, is he real?
Oh no.
Is the rope still there? Yes, the rope's there. Okay. No, that is Camille. It's not something else. And Pert will bite his lip and force on.
Okay. And after like maybe 15 minutes of swimming along this tunnel, pulling yourselves along in some cases, Pert, who is in the lead, you are the first person to notice that you start to head up.
One minor note is if we do come to what's clearly a surface, Pert will hand signal for people to pause.
Yeah.
And then try to break the surface stealthily.
It is hard to see where the surface is because you are the source of the light. It's like looking looking into a window or out a window when you have all the light inside. Make a perception check.
Sure.
You think you see a little bit of blue light somewhere above you. There's just this very faint hint of blue.
And Pert will give the warning signal and pass the light stone on to someone else and pull the hood up and then try to stealthily break the water surface.
Roll me a stealth check. That's pretty good. Very slowly, you pull yourself up along the rock. Your head just barely cresting the top, enough so that your eyes can see. And you see a cave, the ceiling of which glows with little dots of blue, just barely enough to see by with your normal vision. The water ripples around you just a little bit with your head surfacing. You look around, you see rock, a little bit of a path, and you turn around and you sense this presence before you see it. A hulking form stands or maybe sits at the edge of the water, staring down at you. This gargoyle-ish creature, standing tall enough to brush the top of the cavern with its head, and it's over half as wide as it is tall. And with that little bit of blue light on the cavern ceiling, you see these shadowed, leathery wings flare out behind it. And you can't imagine that they're large enough to lift this massive creature. You get a spike of panic as you see this thing just sitting at, or standing, you're not really sure, at the water's edge. But you wait a couple seconds and it doesn't move.
No sound.
Not so far.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this similar, reminiscent, completely different from the kind of random glowy stuff we saw in the Underdark?
This is kind of different.
Okay.
Next question.
Uh-huh.
Do we need to make a Constitution save to avoid throwing up?
Pert's the only one that sees this right now.
Pert will
I'll
lean
say
down
to
to the
throw up.
water. Pert will lean down to the water's surface and give just a very slow pull and release of the cord to indicate come slowly.
Okay.
Trying to tell them to be as stealthy as possible, basically. And he cannot communicate to Amma to use Pass Without Trace. So that's the best I can do. If Amma would think of it, cool. If Amma wouldn't think of it, I can't do anything about that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So everybody else can make a stealth check if you feel like you understand that signal.
I feel like I'm probably, we've done stealthy things before.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, disadvantage.
So you're gonna cast Pass Without a Trace?
Yes.
Okay. You cast Pass Without Trace. Okay. Those are all pretty good. Very slowly, you one by one, bloop, 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 your heads raise above the water. You look around, you see this lightened ceiling, this huge, hulking, still form by the water's edge.
We know what it is.
Doesn't appear to be moving. I don't think it's breathing.
As you say this, the head slowly turns in your direction.
Beep.
Great.
But that's all it does.
Sorry, I might have missed it from the description. Is it more gargoyle-like?
Yeah, it looks a bit gargoyle-ish.
I guess it's giant and winged and leathery. It's either a dragon or it's a demon. In Kamel's mind, so he's just gonna check.
Use divine sense. This is a fiend. This is a very, very, very strong fiend.
Yeah, I think you just hear him suck in his breath after closing his eyes and
Do we see him pale?
yeah, you see him go pale, which is not something he does.
You hear this kind of rumble of gravel as it shifts so that its entire body is facing in your direction. And very slowly, it takes a step forward,
About
I
how
think-
far away from us is it?
like 15 feet.
I think instinctively Kamel puts his hand on his sword. Like that's just his instinctual reaction.
Okay.
And are we treading water, or is there rock below us now?
You are where you are treading water. Make a perception check. You can see with your dark vision that it gets much shallower if you go like to the left, kind of away from this thing.
Is the thing in the water?
No, it's on the edge.
I will move over to the place where it looks like I can stand up.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that would be tactically make the most sense.
I will signal to everybody else to stay still. I don't know if they will pay attention to that. And I'm not being aggressive or loud or anything, but I am trying to keep its attention on me.
Okay.
And then when I get to where I can stand, I will pause for a beat to see what it does.
Okay. It takes a step and then another step, and that's close enough that it is basically within striking range of those who are still treading the water.
So it's not coming towards me.
That's correct.
I think if it still comes towards me, I will instinctively just they make one step forward, I make one equivalent step backwards.
Okay.
I want to get my feet under me, so I'm heading towards Brisbane.
Yeah. So Rizzo and Camille and Fire are kind of making their way away from this thing towards where they can stand. What are the other three doing?
You know what? Zoe's gonna be Zoe. Raises a hand and says hello.
It holds out a hand to you.
In what type of motion?
In one that kind of like it's going to grab something or maybe to shake your hand. Its hand is like twice the size of your head.
Oh well, you know, Zoe is the way she is. She raises her hand to shake it.
You put your tiny little hand in its gigantic hand. It's a little warm. And then after a second, you feel better, clearer. Like that madness that had been clawing at the edges of your mind is gone.
Just Zoe, right?
Just Zoe.
Is it trying to help her out of the water, or did it just shake her hand?
It just shook your hand. Well, it didn't really shake your hand so much as it held your hand.
It's nice to meet you. My name is Zoe.
I'm stepping
It
closer at this point.
leans closer to you, right next to your face. It's hard to tell color between the blue light and your dark vision, but it looks kind of like greenish gray, this leathery sort of skin. It's got these very large pointed ears, this like pointed brow. And you notice that it has no eyes. There are holes where the eyes once were, but there are no eyes in them.
It doesn't say anything.
It does not.
Would you mind
It
giving me a hand
turns
out?
it turns its frame a little bit towards Pert and offers a hand.
There's a moment of spine-wrecking terror in Pert's expression, but he saw Zoe. And he takes a breath, and he exhales, and he puts his hand into the demon's hand.
The hallucinations, the paranoia, all gone.
Are you trapped here?
Like Zoe, it gets real close up to you, up to your face. And it mumbles something. Does anyone understand Abyssal?
1 second, I believe yes.
I think Zoe does it because she's functionally a tiefling.
Nope, infernal.
Yeah, infernal as well.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
Pert will ask in infernal, though, are you trapped here? Just because it seems like a weird alien creature. Maybe it's that.
It mutters something that none of you can understand.
So
And-
Zoe has an interesting ritual cast that she's gonna start doing.
Okay. It backs up away from the water a little bit. And is kind of like sitting on its legs a little bit. Like it's giving you space to get out.
seeing that 2 people have approached it and not been eaten or crushed, I'm gonna move forward.
Okay.
It seems to be able to turn off the shadows.
Fire is still an octopus form behind Rizwin.
Actually, you don't experience that madness while you're a beast.
I guess when I transformed, I feel like, oh, I feel much better now. Okay. Yeah. It's still terrified, so it's still behind Rizwin.
Okay.
Yeah, I just keep slowly walking forward.
It offers a hand to each of you as you approach it, and do you get out?
I will put my faith in my friends and do that, yes.
Okay. Your skin crawls a little bit when you touch this thing.
Does its skin crawl when it touches me?
Make an insight check.
Should be a +10.
Shouldn't?
No, because that was passed with a trace clipped on. It just gets a
Okay.
+10 skill modifier.
You have no idea. This thing is unreadable to you. It is extremely alien.
Does it do the same thing when I touch the hand? Does it also lean what I assume is the face very close to me?
It does not. It only did that with Pert and Zoe.
Okay. I will stay nearby.
Okay.
So Zoe got out of the water and started doing her maraca dance.
It does not wait for you. It starts to walk down this path behind it, using its arms to help it walk, kind of like a gorilla does. It stops like 20 feet away and looks back towards you.
I assume we get a feeling that we should follow it.
It seems to be indicating, yes, you should follow it.
Zoe has to put her maracas away to follow then.
Yeah. Sad maraca noises.
Okay. This corridor that it leads you down opens into a larger cave. Hold up.
Is this still on water or no?
No, you have lifted out of the water. Are you still actually Fire? Are you still an octopus?
If we're going to be walking on land, I will stop being an octopus.
Okay. It does kind of like, as you transform it stops, holds out a hand to you.
I feel like just role playing, like Fire will like that. No, and someone, let's say, Griswin says, "Gotta do it," and okay, and I do it.
Okay. It almost like looks down at your hand a bit puzzled. You get that a sort of sense from it. You're not necessarily sure why.
Not a problem.
So you follow it down this corridor, which opens up into a larger cave. Lit by the same blue light. The first thing that strikes you is the eyes. This picture of an eye painted onto the cave wall over, over, and over again. Small and large, artistic and crude. The walls are covered in these eyes. The same eye that graces the cover of that book, Pert.
Remind us, the players, did the eye was a symbol for something?
Yes.
I mean, do we know about what it is?
You've been told that it was a symbol of Ioun or the principal, depending on where you are.
But where it came from before them, we don't know. Pert will look at some of the symbols and kind of trace the emblem for a second, and then look back at the demon, and then
It has gone towards the back of this cave. There's a few possessions back there, notable in their sparseness. A barrel mostly rotted away, a small shelf with a handful of books, large stone tablets stacked up against the back of the cave. This creature doesn't seem to need its eyes to maneuver around this space. It moves slowly but confidently,
The
pausing at a
things,
wall.
sorry, so does this kind of things are like, I imagine this is big creature, so are
Yeah.
they sized for him or are they sized for a human?
The books are sized for a human.
And the rest for him?
You think so? It pauses at a wall to rest its fingers upon one of the painted eyes. It moves to the back of the cave, towards a pile of blankets at the bottom of the bookshelf, rummaging through them, looking for something. Finding whatever it was that it was looking for and grasping it in its hand. It walks back to you.
Pert has finished tracing a couple of the emblems and
Mhm.
slowly pulls the book out and holds it out as an offering.
This large eyeless demon comes right up to you, Pert, stands above you, and says something you don't understand. It holds its hand out, opens its fingers, and in its palm is a silver key.
And Pert will say in common, if it's yours, you should have it, and offers the book.
It sort of pushes its hand towards you as though to offer you this key.
And Pert seems to see that it's not accepting and insisting instead, and so he'll take a gentle grasp on the key.
It feels warm in your hand.
He'll roll it back and forth between two fingers and his thumb, just enjoying that strangely familiar warmth.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll turn the book over and he'll try the key.
It fits perfectly.
But doesn't turn.
It turns. With a little snap, the lock springs open. You open it.
Yes.
Okay. You open the book, and for a moment your heart sinks because there's nothing there. All the pages are blank. But as you hold it open for a second, on one of those blank pages, as if invisible ink is being rendered visible, you start to see words reveal themselves on the page. And I will send this to you in text form, but I will also read it out for the group.
Okay.
The repository of Ioun is the collection of knowledge written by those that have held the volumes before you. Within these pages, you may know what they have written, and you shall add your knowledge for future generations. As a researcher, I, the undersigned, pledge to write truth to the best of my ability, acknowledging that bias and misunderstanding are inevitable to some degree. I may annotate the entry of another researcher, but can never alter or change it. I will spread the knowledge between these pages wherever I go, and teach those how to how to discover knowledge for themselves. I will relinquish this key to a chosen follower of Ioun who may care for it until they are found by the next researcher. The knowledge I possess is valuable, but infinitely small. Signed, Researcher, blank, comma, Volume 3.
And Pert will read this all out aloud. But as he gets to the researcher, there's a momentary pause, and then he signs his own name.
As you sign it, the ink disappears, the rest of the words with it, eaten by the page. There is a slight glow to the book for a few seconds, and then it dims, and new words appear. Welcome, Researcher Velis, to the repository of Ioun. Please write your query.
Pert's eyes cast over the group. He swallows, and then he writes, "What god speaks to Kamel?"
Oh, wow. Straight to it.
Straight in there, huh?
Go for it. Go, dude. Do your thing.
The words melt into the page, and there's a couple of seconds. And upon the page, you see written in a different script a hand, like a very flowery kind of handwritten script. If you wish this answer, come and find me. And then that page turns to dust. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
But there was books in that room to read.
Dang. I thought it was gonna be something like in a scientific terms, but it talking in first person threw me off.
Wow, that's an intense item.
Both
Yep.
halves are...
Everyone else gets, damage items, healing items. Pert gets Wikipedia.
Gets potentially broken game stats.
Pert
Yep.
gets administrator access to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I can't delete anything. I only have mod access.
So assume that question was the second part of repository.
I assume it was a legend lore effect, yes. And only because it's a god that doesn't want its name known immediately, it doesn't give me everything.
So I will just, let you know, normally when you use this item, it's not going to come in this form. This was you asked a very special question.
Yes, no, I kind of figured that.
It was a story question.
Yes.
It would normally ash one of the pages?
No. As Pert uses this more, like the ink just kind of comes in and out of the pages as you need the information. But that sort of ashing of that one page is unique.
So this is a demon who is the servant of Ayun, who is the god of knowledge, whose symbols of the eye, and this is an eyeless demon. What eye symbols? up and down.
Don't forget your questions for next week because Zoe is casting Comprehend Languages and will be able to talk to this thing.
I'm not sure she'll be able to talk to it, but it seems to know common.
It can talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God we didn't start whacking.
I was like,
Merry Christmas, Bert.
Merry Christmas.
I'm sitting there like, do I want to try and send this to another plane of existence? No, that's not Zoe.
Yeah.
Sometimes
This
I
thing
have to
might-
remind myself how Zoe would act.
Yeah. I'm very excited for you to finally have this.
I have all of the questions and none of the questions.
Poor bird had to wait a while for their item.
Now we only have one outstanding.
And I know the conditions for that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it getting a really nice tarot card deck?
No.
Is it part getting you your answer?
It is getting my answer. Yeah. But it's not going to be that easy.
Nothing ever is.
I mean, Zoe's was.
Where the Soys ones came from?
For God, when we were in the demon invasion.
Patron, not God.
Okay.
Goodbye, Bard.
Goodbye, Bard.
I was enjoying Nightwish.
Very good end of the session, Jamie.
Thank you. I'm glad we finally got there.
See a Melis in the corner.
Yes. When you messaged me about how it was gonna be a thing, I was like, oh God, no. And it turned out it wasn't as bad as I worried.
Did we level up?
Sometimes nice things do
Ooh.
happen.
Level up?
Christmas gift for all of us?
When was the last time you leveled up?
Beginning of this arc. End of last arc.
End of last arc? No. Sorry.
That was when we fought
Right, you fought Ezra.
Azra in Blackcaster.
I meant it as a tongue-in-cheek reference.
Because for the first 8 months, that's how Quast ended every session.
Yeah.
I think I know one other question that'll ash a page.
Oh?
So, to ask questions, is it like literally Wikipedia, like things that a researcher previously would have written there, or do we think of it more as if ask how this person is doing right now?
I'd say it's more like Wikipedia. Like, so one of the conditions for this book is that Pert has to add knowledge into it.
It's give and take.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you could, I guess, put diary entries in, but that's not really what the point of it is. It's more like
World knowledge.
Yeah.
Now, you could go back and add a bunch of world knowledge you have, like the Illithid hive mind, the ooze.
Yeah.
The spirit.
The spirits.
Is this just going to be a month of Pert copying all of his notebooks into this?
Pert's probably going to have to go get his old notebook back.
Oh yeah.
Now, granted,
and also, you have
probably
that
be
key.
Yep.
Sorry.
You have the key for the time being. Not that you really fucking need it.
Well, magical locks, we haven't really run across many of those yet.
Yeah.
None of us know the knock spell, so. And who knows what it'll do when it levels up.
Doubles the number of sneak attack dice on a critical.
It transformed into a freaking keyblade.
Okay, that's cute as well.
I mean,
A keyblade or a chi blade?
I mean,
Can the players ask the book questions?
we can ask
No.
her to ask the book questions.
Yes, you can totally do that.
And then you have to wait 6 times longer than Zoe's maraca dance for Pert to give you an answer, and he's not quiet during those 60 minutes. He is reading out a what's it called? Disambiguation. God damn it. Words. A litany of article threads that lead him to the answer. There we go. That's the phrasing I want. Well, it's phrasing that works.